Yo, what's up, everybody? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Nonsense Nat, here today with another Truck Chronicles. Okay, we out here via the truck, about to bring you a One Piece review of episode 31 to 35. I forgot for a second. That was the pause. Built dramatic effect. Anyway. One Piece review episodes 31 to 35. And yeah, man, like essentially the last part we left off on, episode 30, Luffy, Sanji, and I kept saying Johnny, but we're watching it was Yojimbo. So them three essentially are going to Kokoyashi Village to meet up with Nami, Nami, Zoro, Usopp, and Johnny. Essentially go retrieve Nami back from why and figure out why she left with the ship and everything else. So pretty much just to get answers and get Nami back, you know. So dang, I lost. So with them leaving and going, we get a little bit of information in this episode. A little bit more about Arlong, and he's a Shishibukai, essentially a warlord of the Seven Seas. So in this particular story of One Piece, with the mentioning of warlords, they're fierce, you know, essentially individuals to be reckoned with. And we know that because we've already met one warlord, being Mihawk, Hawkeye Mihawk. And we know the type of destructive capabilities he's capable of, essentially. So with knowing that information, we get a few other mentions of other people, again, one being Arlong and another gentleman being Jinbei. Now, spoiler warning, and well, I ain't gonna say that, I'll just say it after, I apologize. Spoiler warning, Jinbei and Arlong have a history, essentially both of them being Fishman. They do come from Fishman Island, and we'll get to know a little bit about their history when we get to that arc. But that's just, you know, something to keep in mind for the point in time. What I was going to say earlier was, if you're just tuning in, these are reviews of the One Piece episodes. I am currently caught up in the manga, so I'm aware of what's going to be happening, you know, in this series. I'm just rewatching it just to see if there's little things that I missed out on. Try to, like, you know, put some loose ends together, or just even in to see, you know, I know Oda changed some things up over the years, but just to see, you know, how things progressed, if you will. So yeah, we're getting right back to it, episode 31. So we get the mentioning of Jinbei. He's the first son of the sea, first knight of the sea, I think that's how you word it. And again, we'll get to see a little bit more information on him. I could have sworn I clicked okay. So we're going forward from that. We get Sanji essentially to cook some food for those two, you know, and you just get to see the appreciation for having a cook there. But Nami pulls up at her hometown, gets to talk to her sister, sees some other people there. They don't really mess with Nami because she's a pirate. And, oh, y'all didn't know that, huh? Yeah, she's a pirate. She's part of Arlong's crew. She's an Arlong pirate. So it's you know, everybody else is Fishman except for her. She's the only human on there, and they respect her highly because she can chart graphs, she can do sea charts, and she's a great navigator. So because of that, you know, they look at her highly as an intellectual and someone who can be trusted in regards to getting things done. But there's a deal between Arlong and her, which is why she is a part of his crew. But before I get to that, Usopp, Johnny, and Zoro arrive on the island shortly after Nami does. And pretty much Usopp posed the question like, well, should we stay here and wait for Luffy and them, or, you know, should we try to figure out where Nami's at and this, that, and the third? And Zoro's like, look, if she's a part of his crew or this, that, and the third, you know, it don't matter. Luffy said I need to bring her back, so that's what I'm going to do. So he starts to get up and start to go attack these fishmen that they see walking. And Johnny and Usopp like, nah, we can't have that because you about to mess everything up. So they tie him down and leave him on the ship. As the fishmen see them, they dip. So that's how Zoro gets captured, because Usopp and Johnny tied him up, left him on the ship. They take Zoro then and bring him to Arlong Park, which is not that far from Kokiyashi Village. So Arlong gets to meet the great Roronoa Zoro. He doesn't know that's him at the moment. He just knows it's just a green-haired dude over here tied up on the ship trying to figure out why he's here. And he like, look, man, I already told you I'm looking for this particular person, you know. And with the conversation they have, Nami arrives and pretty much lets him know, like, yeah, I've been all on pirate the whole time. I just utilized you guys just to take your money, your treasure, this, that, and the third, and steal your ship. So, you know, it is what it is. It's business. It's nothing to worry about. And the reason why she's going around taking so much treasure and everybody's money is because she wants to buy Kokiyashi Village back from Arlong. Arlong pulled up on her village some odd years ago when she was a kid, and essentially he, you know, threatened everybody there, if you guys don't pay me, I'll kill you guys, but you have to pay me this particular amount, and in doing so, you know, I'll let you guys live for free here, or live here freely, I guess. Not freely, but live here unbothered, if you will. You know, you do what I say, pay me this money, these taxes, I won't harm you. How about that? You know, so that's pretty much how it was. And it got to a position and point in time where Nami pretty much asked Arlong, you know, if I'm under your crew, can I buy Kokiyashi Village back from you? He said, yeah, 100 million berry bounties. So she's 7 million berry bounties away from reaching her moment of redemption from buying the village back. And, you know, everybody's kind of getting excited about this. Everybody being her and her sister at the moment in time. So, the conversation with Nami joining between Arlong and Zoro gets to a pivotal point to where Nami and Zoro are having somewhat of a dispute, an argument, if you will, and Zoro, while tied up, dives into, well, I guess leaps backwards into the pool that was there and tries to kill himself. He does that because he doesn't believe that Nami's the person that she says she is, and she will save him. And essentially that's what happens. She jumps in the water after him and saves him as well. And she kind of gets pissed off at that and saying, like, you idiot, you know, you fool, why would you do something like that? But he's like, yeah, I already knew what type of person you was, so I kind of figured, you know, you was going to do that anyway. And the fishmen are kind of like shocked that Nami went to such a degree to save him. But she tied him up, you know, still while tied up, took him into a cell and just, you know, left him in there for a little bit. Once the Arlong pirates left, some of them left to go to Kokiyashi Village because they was aware that it was another gentleman with Zoro, a long-nosed fellow, and for those who don't know, that is Usopp. So they went searching for him. Also, they had to go to the village anyway because they were aware that someone was keeping a hoard of weapons, so they had to address the issue. So, with them being gone, Nami helps Zoro escape, and then she leaves as well to go back to her actual house, you know, in Kokiyashi Village with her sister Najiko. So Usopp runs into Najiko while being in the village. He also runs into this kid who's trying to kill Fishman that killed his father. Najiko stops the kid and from hitting and potentially killing Usopp as well as a Fishman. Well, at least hitting the Fishman, but potentially killing Usopp. But Usopp in return tries to take out the Fishman, and she has to take him out too. So they have a conversation, Najiko and Usopp does, as far as like a little bit of background as far as like Nami. Not going into so much detail, but you know, they have a little bit of a conversation there. And at that point, they go back to the village because they hear the Arlong pirates are coming in. So, you know, everybody arrives there. Oh man, I forgot the dude's name, but he got a little pinwheel on the top of his hat. He essentially is the one who's hoarding the weapons, and Arlong doesn't like it. He said, look, you can have a hobby, but, you know, having weapons, it just doesn't sit well with me. You know, so it looks bad that I'm allowing you to keep all these items, you know, so I can't have it. And he pretty much lets him know that. You know, hits him, slams him to the ground, and then this next time he's about to essentially kill him to prove a point. And at that moment in time, Usopp, the brave, the fearless, the demon king, Usopp, self-proclaimed, stops Arlong by hitting him with an exploding star, I believe. And essentially that stops Arlong in his tracks. They in turn search for Usopp and try to reprimand him for making Arlong, I guess, look foolish. And, you know, they can't find him at first. He's running around kind of like, you know, trying to escape from them, but it's just not happening. Now, with all this going on, we go back to Luffy and company heading towards Kokiyashi Village. They run into this Sea King from the Grand Line that the Fishman Pirates brought. It's kind of like a sea cow. That's what they, you know, just established it as. So they realize that the Sea King wants to eat the food that they have on the ship. So, you know, that's not going to fly with Luffy. Yojiko's like, yo, man, just give him the food. And he's like, nah, man, we're not doing that. So Luffy punches him. The Sea King drops into the sea and then it comes back out. And Sanji's like, look, you got to be gentle. I'm pretty sure it's just a baby girl that's trying to find some food that can't really, you know, fend for herself. And he brings the plate over to it. It looks at it and then opens his mouth wide, and then Sanji winds up kicking it. So Yojiko like, yo, what are you doing? Like, we're being a jerk. It's like, nah, man, they was trying to eat me and the plate. Like, I ain't going for none of that. So, you know, they pretty much beat the heck out of this Sea King. Not captured it in per se, but they did, you know, like utilize it as far as a form of transportation. So this way they're not, you know, on this steam-powered ship. They actually using more power now with the Sea King as far as going a faster travel. So with them utilizing this Sea King, they head towards Arlong Park fast, you know. Before like getting there, I guess the Sea King gets in a daze, starts to get dizzy, probably fatigued for going so fast and taking so many blunts to the head, blows to the head, excuse me, and veers off course and sends the ship flying. So it runs into a wall, sends the ship flying. Now at this moment in time, with them heading towards Kokiyashi Village or Arlong Park, Zoro again got released by Nami. He essentially attacks the other fishman that was around Arlong Park. They're either dead or severely injured. He then gets a ride to Kokiyashi Village from Hachan, aka Hachi. He's known by that from his friends. He's kind of like an odd guy. He's a octopus fishman, and he doesn't, I guess, do particularly well in conversations. At least that's what it's kind of like being presented as. He's a different guy. So the conversation initially with Zoro and himself was, you know, hey, what's your name? Like, who are you? And he's like, me? Oh yeah, I'm Hachan. Like, he answering his own question. So funny guy, you know, but oddball character pretty much. Zoro gets a ride back from him to Kokiyashi Village, only to find out that Usopp, you know, saved. I know it starts with a G too, but I can't remember his name. Saved the old boy life with the pinwheel on his hat. And you know, the villagers look at him as courageous and brave. So Usopp again in turn was running for his life, finally gets captured by one of the fishmen and gets brought back to Arlong Park. He has a conversation with Nami in regards to you know, why she left and everything else and this, that, and the third. And pretty much Nami like, look, I already told you before, I don't know why y'all keep coming here, I don't know why y'all here, you know, y'all just need to go, you know, you try to do anything, y'all messing this up for me, because I'm really trying to save this village by taking it back from Arlong, and I'm so close and you about to mess it up. So for her, you know, she's got a lot to lose in this. Before you know, Usopp gets attacked, essentially like they about to kill him, Nami has a conversation with the Fishman, because they feel like she betrayed them by letting Zoro go. But like, if you ain't got no proof about it, you know, why would I do such a thing if I'm trying to get, you know, the village back, you know, and pay for, like, why would I do that? You know, if I'm trying to do something for myself, why would I then in turn betray you guys? You know what I'm saying? So it just didn't add up for her, but obviously she was the one who did it. And Usopp was about to attack one of the guys, but Nami intervenes and hits him to stop him from attacking. Like, look, man, like, you messing this up for me. You know, I'm so close, and you know they're not aware of what's really going on. They, you know, still trying to piece everything and put it together. But in turn, what happens is Usopp does a smoke screen and tries to escape. So Nami, already with a short amount of time knowing Usopp, was like, look, I kind of figured you would do something crazy like this, and I guess head towards the pool to swim to escape, and that wouldn't have mattered none because it's Fishman, you know. So then for him going to the water, like, them, you know, if they went into the water, he would have got caught like ASAP. So that didn't make sense, but it was still a good try nonetheless. Nami intercepts him before reaching the pool and stabs him. So it's under the presumption that Nami killed Usopp, and that's crazy, you know. So Johnny is watching by, Johnny is watching as everything's going on, and he sees Nami kill Usopp. So in the next episode, that's not all 31, I apologize, that's like episode 31 to 33. The next episode, 34 and 35, Johnny arrives with he meets Zoro, who's running back from Kokoyashi Village to Arlong Park, and he meets Luffy, Sanji, and Yojiko because they're flying in on the ship. With them flying in on the ship, they want to be hitting Zoro in the forest and carrying them all the way into this wall until they crashed. So that's where Johnny met them there and pretty much expressed to them and told them, like, yo, Big Sis Nami killed Big Bro Usopp. Like, he's dead. He's not here no more. I can't believe it. I saw it with my own eyes. Like, she killed him. So they don't really believe it. Zoro kind of does. He's like, look, I ain't trusted in the first place, you know, so I don't care. But it is messed up that Usopp's dead, you know. So, but until we actually know, you know, we can't pull that trigger yet. Luffy didn't believe a second of it. Like, look, man, you know, Nami's not the person to do that, and Sanji didn't believe it either because obviously it's not. With her being a girl, you know, that's kind of like Sanji's thing. So it got to a point where Usopp in the water does float away and winds up escaping because he's not dead. One thing that he did say that struck my nerve, and spoiler warning, is he said towards the end of the episode, like, am I a ghost? So we have currently right now in the Wano arc, again, spoiler warning, in the manga, we see graves of Kinemon, Oden, Momonosuke, Kanjuro, and Raizo. Oden, Kozuki, Momonosuke, Kazuki, and another Kazuki, with those three retainers, Kinemon, Raizo, and Kanjuro, plus two other retainers. I know people, if you're listening, like, what the hell are you talking about? Essentially, these individuals play an important role in the arcs of, Wano here currently, Dressrosa, and also Punk Hazard. So that's in the New World. That's later on in the series. But the reason why I brought these individuals up, because their gravesite, essentially we hear that from Law, Trafalgar Water D Law, that you're going to meet the 7 ghosts of Wano. And it's crazy. You know, so we're about to meet 7 ghosts of Wano, and Usopp, again, comparing it, it's just like, you know what, am I a ghost? So, we're about to understand, what this whole ghost reference is, and Oda has already brought it into the series, once before. So it's just kind of dope to see. So with Usopp, obviously he's not dead, but people are under the impression that he is dead. So with that being the case, one would assume that he is a ghost, or the undead. But going into episodes 35, 35, Nami is at the house because she's going to sleep. Well, she's at Najiko in her house because she's going to sleep and get rest. Najiko was talking to her a little bit because she's trying to figure out, like, who are these individuals and people. I'm just trying to get a little bit more information from you. She realizes that Nami was happy because of what Usopp said. Usopp said she was smiling a lot, and Najiko couldn't believe that because it doesn't seem like Nami smiles that often anymore. After that, Najiko runs into Usopp, Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji in the woods, and pretty much lets them know, like, hey, I'm gonna tell you the story about Nami. Backing that up, obviously Usopp's not dead. Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji, Johnny, and Yozoku realize, like, yo, he's not dead. That's dope, So we kind of, Johnny and Yozoku left before Usopp arrived. So Usopp meets just Zoro, Sanji, and I believe, Luffy as well. And pretty much Najiko then at that point is about to express the story of Nami. Luffy like, look, I don't need to know her past. Zoro, so he walks away. Luffy walks away and just gonna go for a walk. Doesn't know where he's going, but he's just walking. Zoro goes to sleep, and Sanji listens because obviously he wants to know about Nami. Usopp listens because he wants to know, the history of things. Excuse me. In turn, with all these things going on, Arlong Dub is pretty much like a guy who keeps his word, like a man of his word, and realized, like, even though Nami is like a huge asset to his crew, he did say, if she gets that 100 million berry, I have to be a man of my word. So the Marines are coming to essentially prevent him from continuously taking control of Kokiyashi Village, and he's already gotten rid of Gosa Village, dismantled that as well. So they're coming to see if there's any survivors for Gosa, and to essentially reprimand and put a stop to what Arlong's doing. So villagers are somewhat excited and happy, only for that excitement and hope to be quickly ripped away. Because 3 fishmen pull up on a whole Marine ship and decimate it. Took the rudder, moved the whole reef to create a whirlpool, and shot the main Marine on the ship. And not the main Marine, but like the head Marine on the ship. And I'm just like, Oda did a great job as far as, putting fear, in the hearts of those who aren't fishmen, so just to put the fishman on such a high status and level, like, Oda did a great job of it. In the manga, some things are a little different in this arc, but I'm not gonna really get into that. I started to in other videos, but I'm gonna just stick with the anime and then kind of like just go from there. So that's pretty much the conclusion of 31 to 35. So after those 3 did that, the 3 of them were walking, trying to figure out why this ship was here, and it looked like it just flew in out of nowhere. Like, yeah, that's kind of odd. Looked like we got some strange visitors. And in saying so, they see Luffy just walking. So, Luffy didn't walk so far away from where he was at, so he still kind of close by. But just not in eyesight of, the other guys. So they see him, they pull up and post in the road. Luffy, I guess, had his hat down, and realizes there's people there, looks up and sees him, and he's like, oh, okay, and just kept walking. They have a look on their face like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't even budge, move, nothing. And they have a conversation. Two of the three fishmen don't like him, being Luffy, and Hachan likes him because he seems like he'd be a funny guy based on his responses. But the conclusion of the conversation, well, not the conclusion, rather, the conclusion of episode 35, but the conversation that starts off with what the history of Nami is, essentially starts with Bellemere. And we get a little bit as far as like knowing Bellemere. She was a Marine. She essentially was on this island fighting a war against pirates that were essentially trying to kill people. So she didn't want to stand by idly and see people die. So she went to go help, went to go do something about it. And in turn, in doing so, she was on the brink of death. Saw and heard a little girl and a baby. She saw a little girl and a baby, heard them first, got up, said like, I can't believe you out here with your sister. And she's like, nah, it's not my sister, I just found her. So Nami was a baby just laying around, I don't know what happened. And Nojiko found her and essentially saved her, and Bellemere saved both of them. They on this little dinghy heading back to Kokiyashi Village. Don't know how long the trip was. I don't know how long it took for them to get there. Days, hours, whatever have you. But it was a heavy storm, so they were under the weather, and they essentially had to fight for their lives to survive. Even with returning to Kokiyashi Village, the doctor pretty much did as best as he could to keep them alive, and obviously in doing so, he did. But that's pretty much the end of that. I enjoyed, because this particular arc is one of my faves as far as like in the East Blue arc or saga, how you want to look at it. This particular segment is one of my favorites in the East Blue arc, because it has like a lot of emotion, and you can see like why people it's just different type of emotions from different people, and you can see like why individuals would feel certain type of ways based on these situations. It's just kind of like dope to see that, and the outcome of it was pretty stellar as well too. So but yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of the series so far, if you're enjoying it. Trying to do a better job as far as with the noise in this truck, but I can't, there's only so much I can do. I'm just trying to utilize my time while I'm out here, and when I get home, it'll be a little bit more clear for you guys. So but I'll be honest, when I'm at the crib, I'm trying to get them Z's until the weekend. So but yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment down below if you guys enjoying the series and what you like about it so far, what you expect to see going forward. And if you're already caught up, and you just following along with me again, what are some things that you've seen that Oda foreshadowed in these early episodes is happening now, so but yeah, let me know all that down below. Always remember, this channel is going to bring you content where the truth, the lies, show the sermon to know if it's fact, but it's always fact because it's coming from Nonsense Now. You feel me? All right, everybody be safe out there. Peace.